In this video, I'm going to give a quick tutorial on quizzes. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details on quizzes because there's a ton you can do with them. However, I'm just going to give a quick overview, and then I'm going to link some other videos into the playlist to be more specific. So, for example, like how to use the math equation, and then also on how to do question banks, so then kids get different questions based on who they are. And so it's not necessarily everybody's getting the exact same questions. But those are going to be in the playlist and not here. So I'm going to go, I already have one quiz in here, and I just did it as an ungraded survey. And so I'm going to just preview that for you so you can see what this looks like as a quiz, as a student. This is what it would look like, and then they just respond back here. Okay. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to actually create one from scratch for you guys. So I'm going to go to my plus and I'm going to go to a quiz. And I'm going to just do it as a demo quiz. And I'm going to add the item here. So down here, everything goes to the very bottom when you create something new of the module. Now I'm going to go under edit here. Now this is just going to be like their first screen of what they see when they get in there. So I might just do answer these questions best as you can. And I can decide, and I can do videos, I can do different pieces in there too. All right, then I can decide what type of quiz it's going to be. Is this going to be a practice quiz? And that might be good for like your guided practice, because you can give them immediate feedback within that quiz on how they did. You can do a graded quiz, so if you want that to go in the grade book. You can do a survey that's graded, so if you want to make sure that they do it, you can do that, or you can do an ungraded survey. So I'm going to do a practice quiz here. You can do where it shuffles the answers. You probably don't necessarily need this for your students right now because they're not side by side. You can decide if you want it to be a time limit. You can add multiple attempts. So I can say, well, I want them to be able to keep practicing and I want to take their highest score, but I'm only going to allow 3 attempts. Okay. I'm also going to let students see their quiz responses so they can see if they have incorrect answers. They can see how that looks like, and they can see it only after the last attempt or after each attempt. So I'm going to do after the last attempt, and I'm not going to let them see the correct answers. You can decide. Maybe for the practice ones you do want them to. Or you can say, I want to show the correct answers at this time, so not until then. You can hide them also. You can decide if you want it to have only one question at a time or if you want to have all the questions available at once. So sometimes it's easier, like in the description, to put like how many questions there are and then just do one question at a time so it's not so overwhelming to students. You can require an access code too, so that they would have to contact you for the code to get into the quiz. Totally up to you. You can decide if that's something that you feel is necessary based on like their previous work. Maybe they just want to take the quiz and they're not ready for it yet. So you could require an access code. You probably do not need to filter IP addresses right now, just because we aren't going to just take them at school and we don't know their IP address at home. You can also assign, kind of like you did in the assignments, to certain people or to everyone. You can decide, and you can do this individually or you can do this as a whole group. All right, so now I'm going to come over to questions, and I can do new questions, a new question group, or I can find questions. So if I've already created a quiz here, you can find questions based on that in your quiz bank, which is another video in the playlist. All right, so I'm going to just go to new question, and I'm going to just name this question number 1, and I can decide what type of question I want. So there's all sorts of different options. So multiple choice, that's easy, like A, B, C, D, true or false, fill in the blank, fill in multiple blanks, multiple answers, multiple drop-downs, matching, numerical, formula questions, essay questions, file upload questions, or just text with no questions. And I can decide how many points it is over here. This looks exactly the same as our rich content editor in every single piece. And so I might say, I'm going to change this to an essay, and I'm going to say, name 3 things that can be found in a storyboard. Now, I could do this as a short answer, where it just fill in the blank, but it's easier just to do an essay question so they have more room to write. Now, this one is just giving them general feedback on that question. Okay. I don't have to use that piece. I'm going to do another question, and I'm going to make this one multiple choice. So question 2, and I can do storyboard. And you can move these around, okay? So I'm going to say video transitions. I'm going to say sketches. And I can keep adding other answers. Nothing, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to say this is the correct answer. I just click on the one that's correct. And then I can give them feedback here. So if they say, why is this not the right answer? I can give them specific feedback here in this one, or great job, or however you want to do it. You can give them feedback here. All right. So you can kind of play with this on what your questions look like and things on that nature. If you have questions on this, let me know, but you can go ahead and save it when you're done. And you can always go back and preview it, so what it looks like to students. Again, if you have questions, please let me know.